Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Chrissy and Harley, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Harley's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and the motivations we give the puppies while we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Chrissy's using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she'll keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in her right hand, which leaves the left hand free to give the correction. The correction is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll notice that Chrissy keeps that collar high up behind Harley's ears, which will give you the most control over him while you're trying to work him through his commands. You'll notice that Harley is seated very nicely on Chrissy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. The first command that we're going to demonstrate for you today is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and Chrissy and Harley are going to take off doing that now. The command is Harley heel. You'll notice that he's been trained to walk very nicely on your left hand side at your pace. So he should not lag behind or lunge forward. And incorporated into the heel exercise is an automatic sit. This happens anytime you stop moving your feet. So if you stop, Harley should be seated at your left waiting for his next command. Very good job. The next command we'll demonstrate for you is the stay command. When you want to leave Harley in a stay, you're going to use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so from his muzzle and the one-word firm command to stay.
Stay.
The long sit stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. This is a great exercise to develop his self-control and maturity, so practice this often. When Chrissy returns back to Harley, she's going to walk all the way around him, returning back to heel position, and Harley should remain seated until he receives praise or another command. Very good job. And we'll run through the heel, the sit, and the stay again for you. If there's a time of day where Harley is especially excitable, this is when you're going to want to put it on his training equipment and follow along with this video. You'll notice that just after a very brief training session, he'll have calmed down. It's great mental exercise, which settles a dog quicker than physical exercise. You'll notice that Harley went to break the stay command, so Chrissy gave him a correction, which is no and a tug and release on the collar and repeating the command. This time, instead of returning back to Harley, Chrissy's going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command. Command is Harley come. He's been trained to come in and sit in front of you. And then there's an exercise called the finish. The command is Harley heel, and he walks all the way around you, returning back to heel position. Good job. And we'll show that to you again. There is a little bit of distraction out here. There's someone working outdoors next to our school, so he's kind of distracted, but he's doing great. That being said, you always want to praise him when he comes in, let him know he's done a good job. If Harley gets excitable during the training session and starts to not listen, it's important that you remain calm and just continue working through it. He is quite young, but he's doing beautiful with his commands. We're very pleased with how he's progressed. The next command we're going to demonstrate for you is the down command. Chrissy's going to use her left palm straight down towards the ground and the one-word firm command to down.
Down.
Harley's quite the comedian. He's got to put his little personality into all of his commands, but as long as he's completing them, that's all that matters. The long down stay when you're practicing at home is for 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. This is a great exercise to practice while you're watching TV, folding laundry, just to keep the commands fresh. Good job. We'll heel him out of that, and we'll do that again for you. It's important that everyone in the family practices with Harley, so that way he's learning to respond to everyone and respects everyone's commands. You can practice these both indoors as well as outdoors. We always recommend indoors the most, just because that's where you need the dog to behave the most.
Down. Stay.
This time, Chrissy's going to call Harley in. Again, he's very distracted. We have someone working next door. So he's very interested, but he's still completing the commands, so that's a very good job. Very good. He didn't want to sit there, so Chrissy gave him a slight correction, which is just a tug and release on the collar. The last command we're going to demonstrate for you on video is down from a distance. Chrissy's going to leave Harley in a sit-stay and give Harley the down command from the end of the training leash.
Down. No.
He went to get up, so he told him no and repeated the command. Oh, Harley. Good job. We'll show that to you one more time. We'll heal him out of that. Again, it's so very important that when you're working Harley through his commands, you just remain patient and consistent. If you give a command, make sure you follow through with it.
Down. No. Stay. Down. Down.
There we go. That's a perfect demonstration of what might happen to you when Harley gets home. He's going to test you, and as you notice, Chrissy remained very calm. She just put him back in a sit-stay and went through the command again. And that is so important, because if you give up and let Harley win, he will eventually stop responding to your commands. These are all the formal commands that Harley has learned while he's been here with us at school. We're so very proud of him. He's been a star student here. He's a great boy, and we ask that you keep us posted on his progress once he returns home to you. Thank you so much for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.